But one does question that with AI, if productivity were to go up, and I heard you speak about UHI instead of UBI.
Yeah, I think it will be universal high income.
In this interview, my good friend, father of many and fellow trillionaire Elon Musk claims that AI will make all of us rich. You know, rich? Yeah, rich. But is that even possible? Let's listen to him.
But one does question that with AI, if productivity were to go up, and I heard you speak about UHI instead of UBI.
Yeah, I think it will be universal high income.
In a world like that, I wonder if more people want to live in cities which are always going to be more polluted and not offer the quality of lifestyle that a rural environment might.
Well, I guess it's up to, some people want to be around a lot of people and some people don't. You know, it's going to be maybe a matter of personal choice. But I think in the future, it won't be, I think it won't be the case that you have to be in a city for a job. Because I think my prediction is in the future, working will be optional.
Right. We seem to be moving from, not in India, but in some parts of the West, from 6 days to 5 days to 4 days to 3.
Not me.
I think the Europeans.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, I mean, I think if you're trying to make a startup succeed or you're trying to make a company do very difficult things, then you definitely need to put in serious hours. I think that's
right.
That's how it goes.
And if we were to move from 5 to 4 to 3 days, how do you think society changes? When people have to work half the week, what do they do with the other half?
Well, I think it'll actually be that people don't have to work at all. And it may not be that far in the future. Maybe only, I don't know, 10, I'd say less than 20 years. My prediction is in less than 20 years, working will be optional. Working at all will be optional.
Yeah. Working will be optional because the government will give you all the money you need. My grandmother said, "Stop smoking."
My prediction is in less than 20 years, working will be optional. Working at all will be optional. Like a hobby, pretty much.
And that would be because of increased productivity, meaning people do not have to work?
They don't have to. I mean, look, obviously people can play this back in 20 years and say, look, Elon made this ridiculous prediction and it's not true. But I think it will turn out to be true that in less than 20 years, that maybe even as little as, 10 or 15 years, the advancements in AI and robotics will bring us to the point where working is optional. In the same way that, like, say, you can grow your own vegetables in your garden, or you could go to the store and buy vegetables. It's much harder to grow your own vegetables. but some people like to grow their vegetables, which is fine, But it'll be optional in that way, is my prediction.
If one were to argue that humans are innately competitive and everything is relative, from the time of hunters, somebody wanted to be the alpha hunter or the biggest farmer. If everybody gets a universal high income and everybody has enough,
what do you compete for?
Before Uncle Musk answers this question, I want you to imagine a world where nobody has to work because the government gives all of us $100,000 a year, or maybe $1 million a year. Have you imagined that world? Well, I'm sorry for wasting your time, but the world you just imagined will never happen. But you may ask me, how do I know that? Well, I know that an increase in productivity will not make you and me ever stop working, because the world's productivity has been increasing over the last 200 years. And guess what? Only a few people benefit from that increase in productivity. Let me explain. You see, the United States GDP in 1800 was only $490 million, which is around $24 billion in today's currency. Do you know what the US GDP is today? $30 trillion. I know you don't know math. Yeah, I don't know math too. But since two dumb people can figure things out, let's try to do that without wasting time. You see, American GDP is 1,000 times bigger today than it was in 1800. Does that mean people work 1,000 times less today? But someone might say that the numbers I gave above are misleading because they measure GDP and not GDP per capita. Well, that's kind of right. If we measure GDP per capita, the US economy is 50 times bigger today than it was in 1800. Now, do you work 50 times less than your grandfather? No. But what's the meaning of all these questions? Well, if the economy grew 1,000 times between the 1800s and now, yet people work just as hard today as they did in 1800, how would you believe that if that same economy grows just 100 more times, we'll all stop working? But you know, Elon Musk is smarter than all of us combined, so let's listen to him.
If one were to argue that humans are innately competitive and everything is relative, from the time of hunters, somebody wanted to be the alpha hunter or the biggest farmer. If everybody gets a universal high income and everybody has enough,
what do you compete for?
it would be relative, right? Like if we all had enough, enough is not enough.
I guess I'm not exactly sure, because we're really headed into the singularity, as it's called, which they refer to AI sometimes as the kind of like a black hole, like a singularity. You don't know what happens after the event horizon. It doesn't mean that something bad happens; it just means you don't know what happens. I'm confident that if AI and robotics continue to advance, which they are advancing very rapidly, like I said, working will be optional, and people will have any goods and services that they want. If you can think of it, you can have it, type of thing. But then at a certain point, AI will actually saturate on anything humans can think of. And then at that point, it becomes a situation where AI is doing things for AI and robotics are doing things for AI and robotics because they've run out of things to do to make the humans happy. Because there's a limit. You say like, people can only eat so much food, or but it's going to be. I think if you can think of it, you can have it. Will be the future.
The Austrian School of Economics, if you go back in time, they were the digression from Adam Smith. They talk about the marginal utility of everything. Having one of something has value, having two of the same thing has lesser value, and having 10 of the same thing has no value.
Yes.
So if we could have everything we wanted, maybe
10 marshmallows. I mean, who wants that? one's plenty. Let's say the marshmallow test. You're like, you can have 2 marshmallows later, or 1 marshmallow now. And I'm like, I'll have 1 marshmallow. I don't want 2 marshmallows.
That's interesting. What would you pick?
I don't, like, 1 marshmallow is enough. I always question marshmallows as being like not the most, the best candy,
Yeah.
Well, I don't yearn for marshmallows.
I think you're the best.
Who does?
You're the best testament to the marshmallow experiment.
I suppose so.
I think
like delayed gratification, essentially. Yeah.
You're able to delay it more than most. I have a tattoo which says delay gratification.
Yeah, wow, okay. What's this? Okay, you're really taking the marshmallow test on.
I feel like I can't remember. When I'm trading or when I'm buying and
Delay
selling.
gratification, yeah.
It helps.
Wow, okay. That's commitment.
It's pointing at me, so it reminds me of...
Okay, I allowed this clip to play a little longer than necessary because I want you to see... I wanted you to see the good side of Elon Musk. I mean, look at how he laughs here. I like this guy. If you have Elon Musk's phone number, send it to me because I might want to give him a job one day. Now, get serious. If the explosion in global productivity in the last 2 centuries hasn't resulted in people working less, my prediction is that in the next 2 decades, most of us will either be jobless or will work harder than we do today, or maybe just as we work today. So what would happen with the massive productivity? My grandmother said that Sam Altman would become a trillionaire, Mark Zuckerberg would become a trillionaire, and Elon Musk would become a gazillionaire. Yeah. You and I will still be poor.